When I was younger, I always loved travel. I got a taste of it when I was 20 years old. It was a little late for me, but once I started traveling, I loved it. So I always wanted to have a life outside of France, to learn about different cultures, know about different people and see how they live. And when I first came to New York, I instantly fell in love with it. I recently had a son about a year ago, and now I always thinking to myself, what can I teach him? What can I show him? How can I make him a good kid and grow up to be an amazing person in life? And food is, of course, like something essential for me. It's my life. It's everything I do. So I'm always so excited to take him around to discover different type of food, to meet new people, and to learn about it. So today we're going to eat at 886, which is a Taiwanese restaurant of my friend Eric Sze. Taiwanese food is very important now in my life because my wife is Taiwanese and my son is half French, half Taiwanese. So I think it's a heritage. I think it's like very important for me that he knows about the culture of his family. Hey Eric, how's it going?
How you doing?
Good, good. It's nice to see you. This is my son, Celian.
How you doing, Celian?
How are you doing with babies? Are you good?
I'm very intimidated.
Yeah. This boy is very sweet.
But he's half Taiwanese?
He's half French, half Taiwanese. I was super excited to be here today.
So he's half of my own.
Yes, exactly.
You got nice lashes. You got sauce all over.
Thank you, they're mine.
Yes, I figured. So these are our main ingredients. Soaked sticky rice, and this is fresh pig's blood. What you want is to have the blood cover the entire thing. Right? So now you see that every grain is seasoned well. A little bit of salt, sugar, a little bit of MSG, tiniest bit of soy sauce, a good amount of rice wine to balance out the gaminess. Yep, stir this. Just kind of let it hang out in the seasoning a little bit. Blood. Level it. Just gonna steam this guy for about 25 minutes. Look at this. There's no air pockets, it's all just either blood or rice. And that's really where you get that chew and that light, soft fluffiness from. Soy sauce paste, peanuts, sugar, a little bit of salt, toasted. Last thing is an offensive amount of cilantro. Obviously, this is the pig's blood cake. He's excited. He's eyeing it.
Look at this one.
An offensive amount of peanut powder and an offensive amount of cilantro.
So how do you make this, and why is this dish like important for you?
Honestly, this thing, growing up in Taiwan, you don't even bat an eye. You don't think about blood in the American context.
Yes.
You're not like, oh, this blood comes from this dead animal and it's liquid and it's disgusting. That seems to be kind of like the consensus in America. But in Taiwan and in the rest of the world, you eat blood because it comes from the animal and it's cost effective and it's delicious.
Growing up in France, we ate blood sausage all the time, the boudin noir.
Exactly.
Which is like a very holiday treat.
If anything, it's a treat.
Exactly.
I mean, not everybody is into the blood, so I was doing research on it, and there's a ton of vegetarian options.
Vegetarian?
Like using beet juice and purple rice.
Interesting.
Or some sort of, there are people who use dye and purple rice, like food coloring.
Should we try this? He's very adventurous, so. What do you think? Delicious? Oh, he loves it.
Oh my goodness. Good?
This boy loves food for sure.
He's giving you the I'm down.
You like it?
Yeah.
Should we go for a little bit more?
Oh.
There we go.
And it's just soft enough?
Good job.
Yeah.
Tell me, what kind of dishes did you grow up eating?
You know what's crazy? Growing up in Taiwan, I didn't exactly eat a lot of Taiwanese food. I mean, I grew up in a more mainland family because both my parents' side, my grandparents fled after the Chinese Civil War.
Yeah, like many Chinese.
Yeah, so growing up, it was just the obvious choice was to have Sichuan food. My grandma's from Sichuan, and my father's side is from Shanghai. A little more
It's a
peanuts.
good mix of good food.
Yeah, and so it wasn't until I came to the States for college, it was 2011, that I started to really miss the things that I couldn't get here, like the pig's butt cake, you know, like popcorn chicken, like Taiwanese sausage, executed well. And then that homesickness got me doing a lot of homework and kind of researching on how to cook it, and kind of in the same time I fell in love with the New York restaurant scene. You know, I'm sure you're very familiar with.
I felt the same when I first came to New York.
Toxic, but very, very engaging.
It is, yeah.
And so the next thing you know, opening up a Taiwanese restaurant. Yeah, just kind of learn as I go. I've never made this until a month ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was just like, how do you make it?
But you ate a lot of it.
I ate a lot of it. It's one of those things you just take for granted. You know, 99% of the New Yorkers don't know how to make a bagel.
That's right, yeah.
So why would I know how to make a pig's butt cake? You want to cut it up a little bit?
You got a bite. Yes,
Yeah.
Chief.
Yeah, we'll make it downstairs. Yeah, so we're making
How
it
do you
right
like
now.
the sausage from my colleague? Oh, you like it? So if you had one piece of advice for Celian growing up, what would you say I should tell him? Something you wish we knew when you were younger.
I really wish I knew how to appreciate what I had growing up.
That's a really good one.
Yeah, I took a lot of things for granted, and I'm sure a lot of people come to this realization, but I was surrounded by the best people and the best food. But I was a grumpy little kid for the first 18 years of my life. And it took me coming across the globe to realize what I probably won't have anymore.
I agree with you. It takes you to be far away from what you had growing up to really realize what it means for you and how like lucky you were to be that close to what you
Yeah,
had.
but it's kind of like a lifetime dilemma for everybody, right? It's like you don't know what you have until you lose it. And I think travel is one of those things that is so underrated. It really opens your eyes. And there's a Chinese proverb that says, 行万里路胜过读万卷书. It means like traveling 10,000 miles is better than reading 10,000 pages.
Oh, I love that. I grew up in France in a very humble family. I never had a chance to travel until I was 19 years old to go to be a military. And this is when I really realized that year that what I had was very precious and how much more I had to see of the world and to learn as well.
Yeah.
And that made me very, very humble for sure.
And the realization that you're just a tiny particle, part of this huge, huge machine. And then maximizing your own input in this machine is something that I think everybody should try for.
That's great advice, son. Remember that.
So you gotta travel more, man. When you grow up, hit all the places, eat all the foods.
We're gonna make him travel soon, hopefully.
Yes.
When we're safe. Right, son?
Sure.
So son, you tried your first Taiwanese blood cake and got some advice to travel the world. Where should we eat next?
Whenever you're ready.
Thank